Why, hello and welcome everybody. It is Pohx again. So today I show you guys I'm gonna show you guys the updated puncture slash poison character, my assassin at level 76 right now. He's pretty cheap, he's super budget. The only thing I'd recommend you get is I'm using a Death's Opus, it's worth like 2 chaos, and a drill neck I guess is probably the most expensive piece of gear. Although I would say that I did buy a bunch of snake bites and I evolved and I got temporal chains. If you didn't want temporal chains, you could go with Voln. Voln is insane damage, temp is insane survivability. And then I have a 5-link chest. I'm too poor, so I can't afford like a belly or a Hiri's Ire or anything. Although I want to show you guys how the build works in maps. So let me pop in Grace. Summon my Golem and Arctic Armor. Now, I do want to state that I am going to try to run a map tier I haven't run before on this guy. This guy's level 76. I'm going to try to just run a simple a Gorge map, although it is no regen. And no regen fucks me over a little bit because I do typically use Blood Rage. So we'll see how it goes. So I'm just going to try to not use Blood Rage at all. I'm just playing a tad bit cautious because, again, I haven't run this tier of map yet. And my character is not too defensive yet. You know, I don't have too much defenses, so... I'll go back for that later. As of right now, though, the character is looking pretty good. Now, I know my HP value is very low. I will get up to about 5,500 when I'm probably like level 85. If I respec a tiny bit, I'll go over the passive tree here in a bit. But I do want to state that my character is insanely safe, and the reason why is temporal chain slows targets. And targets that I hit that are bleeding have a chance of being maimed. And maim is also a slow. Now, I run Arctic Armor and I have a Golem. I don't rely on them for the chill. But if a target is maimed with temp chains on, they literally don't move. On chilled ground. Like, they don't move at all. It's absolutely, like, ridiculous with how much of the slow it gives off. Oh, my little Golem died, rip. Feels bad, man. Now, this is, again, with a 5-link, and I'm using a 4-link Frenzy for single target. I don't even really need to use it that often, to be honest. I think it'll come much more apparent when I get a 5-link. And again, this feels much more smooth utilizing Blood Rage, but this is a no regen map. So being as it's a no regen map, I don't really want to run Blood Rage. And that mob just punched me in the face with his frenzy charges. That hurt. Okay, where's my little Golem at? Little Golem, come here, bro. Also, if you get a stronger bow than Death's Opus as well, your damage would go up significantly. I'm also using GMP in my setup, even though I get the 2 additional arrows. So I can totally downgrade from GMP to LMP. And I'll be totally fine as well. Oh, rip my frenzy charges. I think the boss is coming up soon. Is he like right inside here? I think he's in here. Nope, not yet. K, no. Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay, he died. This single target is very good on this build. The AoE clear is the one that lacks. This single target is like outrageous. So that's the character. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a little bit of where I am on the skill tree right now. If you guys are interested and wanted to take a look, this is what we currently have. Now, potential HP nodes and nodes I still want to acquire. We have a jewel here, so that's a bit over 100 life. So we'll say 100, 200, 300. These are actually more, so I'll put these together and say 500. We've got life over here, so 600, 700, 800. This is going to be about not 1k, but like 900 or so. So that puts me to about 5k HP. I do potentially have life to come in here with Profane Chemistry or Constitution. This is another part. Although I want to get more damage, so I'm thinking of going Ballistic Mastery to Aspect of the Eagle. I may even drop this whole Will of Blades and just spec 1 point of damage over time and drop this, but I do like the crit. It may not be worth it yet. So we'll have to see on that, because that's a kind of a big point investment. I also really don't like Growth and Decay, but it's really not that bad, especially because I'm going to need Intel. The attack damage is not bad. Intel is not bad. Mana Regen doesn't mean anything, but overall it's not bad because I do need Intel when I run Increased Critical Strikes, which I'm not running yet. And then it leads me to an adjacent life node. So we'll see exactly how I feel about this Growth and Decay part. I also want to do like more movement speed and get Quick Step, but that's probably not going to happen. So anyway, that's pretty much the character right now. It's pretty standard. You start from Shadow and you just get crit and you work your way all the way down and you just fill in the nodes as you go. So let me go ahead and explain a little bit of how the build works, because it is, I'm sure it is a tad bit interesting. So we use Puncture as our main AoE clear. Now Puncture applies a bleed on every hit, and you can see it deals 120% of your base attack damage. Now my Puncture is linked with slower projectile, GMP, pierce, and physical projectile attack damage. Now you can play around with your links as much as you'd like. You can use Void Manipulation, Rapid Decay, I don't know, insert faster attacks, LMP over GMP. It's totally up to you and how you want to play it. But you don't need to use Poison, because if you use Snake Bite, then while at max Frenzy charges, your attacks poison enemies. If you read the Assassin node, Toxic Delivery, 20% of physical damage gain is extra chaos damage against bleeding enemies. So if you have a target bleeding, the second time you hit it, you gain an additional boost of damage, which applies to your initial hit, which applies to your poison, which applies to your I don't think that applies to your Puncture, because that's extra chaos damage, but this should insane boost your poison. Poison you inflict with critical strikes deals 100% more damage, which is what makes the poison so mad. That's why I really need to get Fatal Toxins, because it pretty much doubles the efficiency of the node. And bleeding you inflict on maimed targets deal 100% more damage. Noxious Strikes gives you a 30% chance to cause bleeding on hit with attacks. However, I already have targets bled because of my Puncture on my right click, which means that I have a 50% chance to maim against poisoned enemies. But targets are always poisoned because you have your Snake Bites on. So that's kind of how that works. Ambush is really nice. It's awful for bossing, but I don't really need boss damage. So where Ambush really comes in handy and becomes nice is that it allows you to AoE clear a lot better. My crit rate right now sucks ass. My crit rate is literally like 30%. I don't even know how it's possible, but it's like 30%. Here. I have a 37% crit chance with 500% crit multiplier. But Ambush pretty much takes this value and rolls it twice. And when you have a Diamond Flask, it rolls it twice again, which makes you basically crit every hit on packs that are on full life. And since I usually only need one hit to kill, it works out very, very well. As for the fourth Ascendancy point, I don't know what would you get. I don't know if I'd go Assassinate, or if I just go into Unstable Infusion, or if I just pull that out and go to Deadly Infusion. I'm not really too sure right now. I don't really have to worry about that. Same thing with bows. Guys, I don't know. I don't ever play physical attack builds. If you want to use insert 5 exalted bow, go for it. It's probably better. I just don't have that currency to spend right now. Alright, so let me show you a little bit. Again, I want to see if I can show you a clip of how much the actual slow does. And all your mana can pretty much be leached with just 1 mana node. That's all. You don't need a lot. Physical reflect does become a bit of an issue. I've noticed, so that's why I'm a bit more cautious. I try to only hit 1 time per pack because I have almost died to Fizz Reflect. That's why I want to get a proper evasion chest piece, because as I get more jewels, my damage is going to go up. So, Hiri's Ire is definitely something I was thinking about. Or Belly of the Beast. I think Hiri's would be much better, personally. Alright, let's see if I can show you. Okay. Look at how slow he is. It's ridiculous. Maim plus chilled ground plus everything else. Like, it's retarded. I love it. It's like I'm an aura bot without being an aura bot. No, it's a very interesting feeling. Overall, definitely a solid character. I hope I can get tanky enough. Right now, I truly don't feel like I'm that scared, just because of like the whole temp chains and maim. It makes me feel very defensive. As long as I'm running outdoor maps. Indoor maps, it's still a bit sketchy because, well, you guys know, indoor maps, you gotta open the door, the mobs are in your face already, so definitely a bit more scary there. Aziri's Promise is actually something that I need to pick up. I completely forgot about that. There's a Fizz Reflect. You can see I got lucky, didn't get hit. But Aziri's Promise I should definitely pick up. That's a ton more damage now that I think about it. And I could probably drop like an Onslaught Flask or something for it. Anyway, that's pretty much going to cover my build. Again, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments below. My single target is linked with physical projectile attack damage, faster attacks, frenzy, slower proj. I need to drop faster attacks and probably put in critical strike chance or something. But that's going to be it for the end of the video. The bandits, because people always ask about bandits, I think they were they're Oak, Kill, Creighton. I think it was something like that. Oak, Kill, Creighton. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments section below. And this is the character I'll probably be playing on stream. Probably get him to like maybe mid-80s unless I rip a little ripperoni. So have a good one, everybody. See you guys later, and take it easy.